Welcome to the Clementine Line Aquabus. This boat tour will take you to the magnificent Court of Fontaine, the most important city in our nation. Speaking of Fontaine, you may have heard of the unique trials held in our courts and presume this nation to be a very serious and solemn place. In reality, Fontaine is also a center of culinary and artistic delights, full of fine architecture, music, paintings, and delicacies, each of which are well worth experiencing for yourself. Why is architecture first in this list, you might ask? For good reason. Because for any new passengers, you'll get your very first look at the splendor of the Court of Fontaine towards the end of this tour. So keep your eyes peeled and prepare to gasp with amazement when the moment comes. Passengers, the Aquabus is now arriving at Poisson Tunnel. Though much of Fontaine is covered by water, there are also beautiful mountains and forests here. Mont Altenquille is one of our most iconic peaks. Lots of adventurers enjoy camping on its summit. I heartily recommend the experience to all visitors. With that said, visitors should also pay attention to personal safety and hire some locals or Clockwork Mecca as bodyguards. The boat is now entering Poisson Tunnel. Everyone should now be able to see the light from the Aquabus more clearly. Beautiful, isn't it? It's very different from the fluorescent materials used in Sumeru, or the torches used in other countries. These are Fontaine-exclusive nightlights powered by indemnitium. Of course, indemnitium isn't just for such trivial uses as lighting. Indemnitium is a power source, capable not only of powering this tiny boat, but also meeting the daily energy demands of an entire city. Plus, it's completely safe. You'll have the chance to learn more about this amazing power source once you reach the Court of Fontaine. passengers, just to the outside of the track, there's a towering building. That's blocking your view. Behind it, you'll find the pride of the people of Fontaine, the Opera Epiclese. The Opera House is the highest court where Fontaine holds its trials, so it's no exaggeration to say that it's one of the most important buildings in the nation. Of course, normal artistic performances are staged there too, but those can sometimes be a bit too avant-garde and confusing. Trials are much more interesting because Monsieur Nouvellette will always be present. I really want to ditch work right now and go watch a trial. No, Bad Aval. You're a model tour guide. How can you think about doing something so irresponsible? Okay, listen up! We'll be arriving shortly at the final destination of this tour, the Court of Fontaine. Please remember to bring your personal belongings with you and mind the gap between the deck and platform as you disembark. I've heard that in some nations, the locals will make special hand gestures to convey their best wishes to the passengers. But we Melusines don't have any traditions like that. However, some Melusines will dock their hats in the direction of Elinas. Or if they don't have a hat, they'll show their regards with their eyes. I hope to see you next time!
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please watch your step.
Hello, passengers. I am your tour guide for this trip, Alfan. We are now heading to Erinias. Many people are tried there and sent to the fortress of Meripede. But passengers needn't worry. Life in the fortress of Meripede may be a good thing for certain groups of people. The construction of Clockwork Mecca has no restrictions outside of patent law. Other than the Fontaine Research Institute, many private workshops are engaged in researching and building all kinds of Clockwork Mecca. Some people will modify existing models, and other criminals will use Clockwork Mecca for theft, robbery, surveillance, and illegal exploration, among other activities. If you encounter such a situation, please report it to the nearest Maréchaussée personnel immediately. We are now arriving at Marcotte Station, where this journey ends. Any passengers interested in taking a commemorative photo of their Aquabus journey are advised to do so at the Court of Fontaine Station on the Clementine line. This is because the atmosphere there is much livelier. Plus, my diligent colleague Aval keeps her boat in a much cleaner, photo-ready condition. And also, my Melusine hands struggle with holding cameras. The Navia Line Aquabus will now be setting sail. The security standards of the terminal station, the Court of Fontaine, are quite stringent. If you have a criminal record and are still designated as Fiche S by the Maison Gardiennage, you will be placed under surveillance by an agent the moment you set foot in the city. If in the future you end up appearing on the stage of the Opera Epiclese, all your words and actions can be used as evidence against you in your trial. Other than the 2 Aquabus lines currently running, and a line that ceased operations due to an accident, there were originally 2 more planned Aquabus lines. But after yet another incident, the final 2 lines were canceled altogether. This tour of the Navia line has now ended. When exiting the station, please avoid speaking with any reporters claiming to be from the Steambird. As an outsider, it may be difficult for you to tell whether they really are reporters. Some people merely wish to exploit your status as tourists from abroad to write sensationalized tabloid stories and aren't worth your time.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Please watch your step.
Rise!